guys, it's Clover. Today I'm going to be going over my method for building up a capsule wardrobe specifically for Lolita fashion. A capsule wardrobe is basically a wardrobe where every piece can be interchanged with something else, with another piece, and it still looks cohesive, still all matches, and it gives you versatility with a limited number of pieces. People are kind of interested in a capsule wardrobe idea for Lolita because it's difficult to just start with Lolita. It's hard. Like, you don't just start Lolita and you have this big closet with all these things to choose from. You do have to pick a starting place. Doing a capsule wardrobe style, especially in a fashion that can be expensive like Lolita or more expensive, you want to make sure you're making smart choices with your purchases. So that's what this guide will hopefully go over. Hopefully this will give you a few ideas. I will be phrasing this, towards newer Lolitas or people who want to get into the fashion and just start exploring it, but I think a lot of the points here are also good for like veteran Lolitas or people who do have like an established wardrobe. This is a good method for bringing another sub-style into your wardrobe. For example, if you're primarily gothic but you want to have some sweet options in your wardrobe and you're not sure where to begin, this video is gonna help you do that. I'm gonna move this because it's annoying me, but basically I'm gonna talk about this in a different video. We need some plushies or something back here. The first step I would suggest for building a capsule wardrobe, this is assuming you have nothing. Think about colors that you like wearing already, not necessarily colors you like on other people, but colors you are comfortable in. For example, when I first was getting into Lolita, I bought a JSK that was like a pink and blue, kind of faded from pink to blue, or like a purple lavender, and I put it on and I was just like, this is not me. This is not me, this looks so bad. Even though like it technically fit me and everything, the colors were like too shocking to me. So I ended up selling that, and I realized I don't wear pink in my normal wardrobe ever. Even now I don't really. In my casual clothes, like go to work clothes, that's something I had to kind of come to like. So if you're totally new to fashion, you're just not sure where to start, pick a color you like. Just pick a color you like wearing and you know you're going to be comfortable in to start, and then start looking for dresses that have that color in them as a main color. I need my fan. So I suggest picking a JSK over an OP. OPs are much harder to coordinate right off the bat, and for this guide I'm going to focus on a JSK, but the same rules can also apply to if you just got like a skirt for your main piece. Once you find one that you like, pick one more. So we're gonna have two main pieces for this guide. Easy mode, ideally you want to have colors that echo. Maybe like both designs have, or both dresses have pink in the patterns. Maybe the base color of both dresses is like a blue, even though the print on it has some other crazy colors in it or something like that. Hard mode would definitely be just two radically different dresses, like one is red, one is blue, trims are different colors, nothing matches. Like, that is hard mode. You're gonna be more limited. But if your two dresses already kind of echo each other a little bit, you're just gonna have an easier time building up from here. If your two prints have similar themes in them, like maybe both of them have bears or maybe both of them have castles, you will be able to match your accessories more. You don't want to limit yourself with the theme, like, oh, I have this bat ring but it only goes with this dress, and I can never wear it with this dress because it doesn't make sense with it. So if you do have patterns or prints that are, you know, not really cohesive together, you're gonna have to go with more generic stuff. I recommend flowers. I always have like floral things because it goes with anything. Almost no matter what your print is about, florals are gonna be safe in Lolita. Bows, like bow shapes, that's gonna be safe in Lolita. The more bows you have, the better. See, bow shapes, flowers. Like, to me, it goes with so many things. You can get specific, but you know, you just have to think about what you're working with to start. So once you have these two pieces side by side, you have to think what color shows in both of them. Even if it's not a spot-on match, what color is showing up in both? Maybe one dress is blue, one dress is green, but they both have pink in it, or they both have black in it. That's the color you're gonna base a lot of your other items off of. That's gonna give you the most versatility. You wanna now start getting your blouses. The blouses are gonna be worn under the JSK. I have seen some Chinese brands that have the blouses like outside of the JSK. I haven't really tried that yet, but that's another thing to consider. So you're gonna wanna pick a blouse. Ideally echo a color that's in both of them. You will probably be very safe with white. Black is a little bit like less safe in terms of matching. If you're doing like pastels, if you're doing gothic, yes, definitely get a black blouse, get a long sleeve black blouse, short sleeve, crop top, get all your black blouses. That's your staple. If you're sweet, you're probably gonna want white blouses. Get your long sleeve, short sleeve, crop top, stretchy arm, whatever. You're gonna want, you know, white and black blouses. Those are staple colors. Then you're gonna wanna find one other blouse that also matches both. It's totally gonna depend on what you have. Like in my examples, I show a purple blouse with a purple JSK. You can do like matchy, like you can do purple, like it's okay. The accessories will help you bring out other colors. Don't worry too much if your colors are not spot on accurate. I've found the more variations, the more versions of a shade of a single color you have, the more you can get away with it. Like these flowers are actually quite dark, like dark pink. This is very light. The print I have doesn't technically match, but I have like so many different kind of little shades of pink, and this has different shades of pink. It kind of ends up working. And like for tights, like when you stretch the tights when you wear them, they tend to lighten up anyway. So if you just lay tights down on something and it looks too dark, go ahead and just give it like a good stretch and you can see, okay, like this is gonna lighten to this about. If you have a headpiece, if it's darker and it's on your head, you can kind of get away with it. Same for your shoes, because like somehow they're a little bit far enough away from everything else, and there's like separation, like, you know, the hair is kind of separating it. Even if that's not 100% the same shade, it ends up looking okay. Oh guys, it's gonna be rough this summer. It's gonna be rough, but it's gonna be okay. I'm gonna do it. Oop. So now we have two main pieces. We have two blouses. What's next? Two pairs of shoes. Again, similar to the blouses, they are gonna have to match the JSKs. Each pair of shoes is gonna have to be able to be worn with both JSKs. Here we're going for the most swappable versatility possible here. So safe colors for shoes, browns. Actually, you can wear brown shoes even with a lot of sweet stuff, even like pastel stuff. Like, you could get away with it. Brown shoes, black shoes, white shoes, hard to clean, but white shoes, beige shoes, gold. Gold is like such a good anchor. So many dresses have gold trim, so you end up just matching so much of your wardrobe. You would think, oh, that's like too crazy. No, it ends up not looking too out there or anything. It just ends up matching really well. Shoes, I don't recommend for if you're just starting out or you're just venturing into a new style, doing this capsule wardrobe thing. Multicolor shoes. I have two pairs of multicolor shoes and they are so hard to coordinate. This is what I mean by multicolor shoes. This is pink and black. Even with this outfit, it kind of doesn't go because the black is too harsh. These are like a beigey brown and dark brown, and I've never been able to cord with these, but I thought they were so cute. Like, they reminded me of like a little raccoon or something, like a little tanuki, and they're like dusty because I never wear them. Don't start off with something like this. Just start with a solid color. Alright, so we have our main pieces. We have 2 blouses. We have 2 pairs of shoes. What is next? What goes on our head? We're gonna start looking for accessories. If you are just starting out, try to go with more plain pieces. Plain doesn't mean small and boring. When I say plain, I mean like solid colors or universal themes, like the flowers or like maybe a crown. I would go for things like Alice bows, flowers, either like clip-in faux flowers. You could do flower crown, you know, headbands. You can also wear like berets. There's lots of solid color berets or berets with like really simple prints on them. Even like a metal headband or like a simple pearl headband is like just a good staple to have. They're cheap to get. When you get a dress, you are probably gonna be really tempted to get the matching KC. Yeah, if it's in your budget, go ahead and get the matching printed KC to match your dress, but otherwise find a color, find a complementary color and pay a lot less and still have a cool headpiece that matches your outfit, matches both your outfits. Generally, like, my rule of thumb is like your headpiece should kind of match your shoes. That's a really good place to start. If you're ever trying to incorporate, you know, more color up here, like say you just have a blue bow and you're like, well, my dress has a lot of like pink and yellow and stuff in it, add little clips, like add some little pink clips and little yellow clips to kind of echo the colors that you see in your print. That'll help bring it up there. And the smaller accessories that you're adding gives you more versatility, because like you can also hide them in your braids and pigtails. Another way to change up a look, which I need to do more, is just changing your hairstyle. Like, I like to go do totally straight hair or just do a simple curl. Today I didn't style my hair at all with like heat, except, you know, to blow dry and fix the bangs a little bit. I just put it right into some little pigtails, some little pom-pom style. Moving on to jewelry. My rule of thumb is your jewelry metal color should match the trim of your dress. If your dress has a bunch of silver buttons, silver trim, silver lining, whatever, and then all your jewelry is gold, it's gonna look really off. For necklaces, to add versatility to your capsule wardrobe, aim for different lengths. Think about where the necklace is gonna fall based on the blouse or like JSK you're wearing. Like, for instance, if I was wearing a really high neck blouse, this necklace might not work, but I'm just wearing a JSK, so it sits nicely here. For the rings, bracelets, necklaces, try not to get stuff that looks too similar on first glance. Like, if you wear, you know, your heart, your pearl necklace with the heart on it one day, and then the next day you wear your other pearl necklace and it has like a really similar heart, people are gonna just be like, they might not even notice that like you wore something different. It would just be better to have more versatility in what you have. That way when you swap it out, it's more of like a noticeable swap and it gives more change to the overall look of your coordinate. For bracelets, you know, you don't have to have something on both your hands. I do think it helps like finish a look. It makes it really look complete if your arms are just not completely bare. These wrist cuffs are actually all white, and I just added a little pink bow to it to kind of tie it in to the rest of the outfit. Socks, leg wear. You want versatility here as well. Get yourself, you know, a pair of tights, get yourself some ankle socks, get yourself some over the knee, maybe an under the knee, but that depends if you like, you know, how that looks on you. Maybe you don't like how over the knees are because they're always like falling down or something. I would advise against just a solid color sock. When I see newer people posting their coordinates and they just have a solid color, it just kind of looks like their cord isn't quite complete. Not that it looks bad, it just looks like there was a little bit more they could have done. There are so many printed sock options. I really like collecting socks, but like if you're trying to do a capsule wardrobe and you have to have something with a print on it, try to go for something more universal. Again, like flowers, crowns, bows, ribbons, like lace print designs. That will go with more dresses, more prints, whatever that you have like now and in the future. Otherwise, I recommend, instead of just a solid color tight, go for a tight that has like a knit pattern on it. It gives a little bit more visual interest, and it doesn't look like you just pulled out whatever tights you had sitting in your drawer for your cord that day. Moving on to the last little bit. We've covered most things now. Moving on to outerwear. This is a part that I feel like a lot of Lolitas kind of forget about. It can add a lot to your outfit. It can just give it like that extra final touch. I would recommend, if you're doing a capsule wardrobe, don't really get more than just like 2 outer layers. Like 2 is kind of like our number during this thing. So if you live in a really warm climate, I would just go for 2 lighter outerwears. Something like this, like a peignoir, really nice and airy. Maybe a short bolero that's also kind of made of this material, short sleeves. If you live in a really cold climate, I would go for just 2 heavier jackets. They don't have to match perfectly. This is kind of like the shoe thing. I would go with some colors that are more universal, like get a black coat or a white coat, maybe even a brown coat. A brown will go with a lot of different colors as outerwear. My experience, like, it's really cool to have outerwear that completely matches your cord, but in the end, the outerwear, especially for the colder climates, is really to just help you stay warm and like not die and not get sick. Like, please think of your health and safety first. Grab an actual winter jacket if it is freaking snowing out in a snowstorm. Just worry about, you know, the event once you get there. You're gonna take that off anyway, like the moment you get to an event. So yeah, and then if you lived in like a mixed climate, like it's warm half the year, freezing half the year, you know, just start with 1 light, 1 heavy, so you can just swap it out. Or maybe if you're just in one season, start with the 2 light, and then in the next season go for the 2 heavier outerwears, and you'll have some versatility there. If you do get a long coat, make sure it can encompass like a petticoat and a full skirt. They make coats specifically for Lolita to encompass skirts like that. Just watch out there. So the final step to the capsule wardrobe is to start mixing and matching and wearing your stuff, because now you have a completed, cohesive mini capsule wardrobe. All the combinations you can do with the 2 blouses, 2 JSKs, 2 shoes, and then, you know, however many socks and little accessories you end up investing in, you have a lot of variation. Start wearing it, mix and match, see what you like, see what you don't like. It's okay if you get stuff and you don't like it. The secondhand market is strong in Lolita. Even if money is no object for you, you don't just instantly know what you're gonna like and feel comfortable in Lolita. You have to wear it, you have to put it on, you have to cord it on your bed, on you, on a mannequin. Just see what you like and just have fun with it. That's the whole point, right? If you're brand new, maybe this is a little bit easier of a way for you to start diving into Lolita, and it will help you shop smart instead of impulsively like I do. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in a future video. Bye!